It's been a long day, but it's been a long 2 years to try to get to this path of justice. We want to thank again this Arbery family for fighting. Had they not fought, they would be one of the thousands of people who are dead who we have no knowledge of.
Come on now.
Don't know their names, don't know the cases, but you hear whisperings every time about them. There people have been calling me after this case saying, is there something that can be done for my family, for my son, for my daughter that could be equivalent? It is a reminder to us that unless the families unite and fight,
Come on now.
you don't get justice. So I also want to say to this issue of the, quote, apologies, let me tell you what you did not hear that would have been an apology. A real apology would have been Rhodey Bryan saying, I am sorry that my actions caused the death, contributed to the death. Because if he had not blocked that young man's way, he would have been alive. His failure to acknowledge that in order to get a lenient sentence, a more lenient sentence, speaks to the lack of a real apology. Had Greg McMichael said, I am prepared to serve my time
Right.
for the death of an untimely death of a young man, that would have been an apology.
That's right.
We didn't hear what we expected, and Travis still has not lost that smirk off his face.
Because he meant it.
This is something that we got to learn, that hate is something that is so fundamentally ugly, and that it is so important in our nation. If we are to move forward, as we must, as one nation, we have to be able to get rid of the stench, the stain, the taint of racial hate.
Yes.
That's why this trial was so important. People say, why wasn't the murder trial enough? It never was enough. When hate was the basis of all of the reason why every single one of us are here today. We must make sure that we're honest as a nation. Stop telling people don't teach the true history of this country,
We need to know.
because we need to understand it. If we had understood Emmett Till, right, Daryl?
That's right.
If we had gotten justice for Emmett Till, we wouldn't be here today.
They found home.
It's when people get away with it over and over and over that we continue to perpetuate, to grow, to seed, to feed hate. It has to stop.
It has to stop.
And I am so proud of Marcus Arbery, so proud of Gary Arbery,
Yes.
so proud of Diane Arbery,
Yes.
so proud of Ruby
Yes.
Arbery, so proud of Kim Arbery,
Yes.
so proud of every single one of those hundreds of people who have come here and stood side by side with the family. So proud of those who have marched in the streets,
Yes.
demanding justice. All of those who have been on the live streams and watched and demanded justice. I want to just say, this has been a labor of love,
Yes.
because it's
Absolutely.
painful.
Absolutely.
It's been painful for this family to do 2 trials. It's been painful. But justice, sometimes to birth something new, you got to go through some pain.
Ashe.
And part of what we hope will be a new beginning for this country is our ability to be honest about who we are and to embrace a new way of living, where when the next time somebody hears a Travis making a joke about a black person, they say, take it down. That's not funny. I'm ashamed to even know you. Stop it. That's what we didn't hear. We heard people laughing. When the next time somebody writes that it was okay for, they wish that Julian Bond had died earlier, somebody said, shame on you. That's not who we have to be. We gotta change. Until we stop tolerating, laughing at, feeding racism, then our country remains divided and at odds with itself. But my faith is in what we saw in the jury.
Yes.
In 2 trials.
Yes.
Here in Glenn County where people say it couldn't happen. My faith is in the nation's future, in what Judge Wood did today and what our judge did in the murder case before. It's telling you that America can be
Yes.
what it was meant to be,
Yes.
what it must become.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everybody. The Transformative Justice Coalition, we have been honored to have been on the front lines of this battle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Daryl?